Velma she's a local hero. She had been involved in a number of activities that have been celebrated in North Lawndale over the years, but obviously we just lost Velma, so it was a major loss for the neighborhood. And so then the sentiment of the advisory council was that this is an award that we needed to make in Velma's honor, that would be something that would be incredibly important and respectful to her family and her legacy in the neighborhood. Over the years, has just brought so much to North Lawndale, and she's a part of the North Lawndale Greening Committee. Obviously, she's on our local advisory council, but she was very much involved as an advisor to the North Lawndale Employment Network. She worked with seniors at the North Lawndale Health Center. I guess one of the things that probably she was proudest of with the gardens, because there's an incredibly large number of community gardens in North Lawndale. You know, she had this tendency to figure out who could do what, when, and where, who was best at it.
There's Mr. Marks. Where's Mr. Marks? Mr. Marks?
So many people got involved in that until it actually becomes a little bit competitive in terms of how green is your garden. You know, who's got the best petunias or who's got the best roses and all of that, so it's very cool. She organized a tour of the gardens and then would become sort of the steward of that process and taking people around on these tours. And clearly she's very sensitive to the image of the neighborhood. That North Lawndale is a tough neighborhood. Well, if we've got a lot of petunias and roses and, you know, collard greens growing, then of course maybe we're not as tough as you might think. Velma came to NHS, to our local council, about 4 or 5 years ago. She owned a home. She's very, very passionate and committed to her block, and so she saw us as a tool that could help. She pitched in, and she's become a champion of all of the things that we've come to celebrate here in North Lawndale, the historic Chicago Greystone Initiative. Velma got it. She understood the history, the significance of it, and she knew, of course, that we could never really move beyond to a better North Lawndale unless we figured out some ways of preserving that environment that we already have. One thing that's going to happen is that one of the gardens will be named in Velma's honor. So there will be that legacy that will be there, that will exist within the neighborhood. And so people who are very much committed to greening in North Lawndale will know that and will continue to celebrate that.
Okay, I know it looks good, but we gotta move. Gotta move.